What's all that up in the sky? Too many clouds. It's a dull day this morning in Yarmouth. And the wind forecast for the next few days, oh thank you. People are moving already. On their way out to sea. And I love the way the berthing masters here have dodgems. They'll push you into your berth if you need pushing. It's quite good fun. And last night I got some new neighbours. I got boarded about midnight. I was asleep, suddenly bang bang bang, thought I'd hit a rock. It's people jumping on board Ketty so that they can raft up next to me. So nice 37-foot benefit tour. It's alright, there's plenty of lines going on to shore, because it's like as big and a half again. But don't worry, they all knew what they were doing. Only a little bit of pressure on Ketty. It's not going to crush her. I'm doing my usual weather check over breakfast, and this is not looking great at all for the next few days. Boo hiss. Strong winds blowing the opposite direction to which I want to go. By the way, if I prefer if the wind, if it was either a north or a south wind, that's brilliant, because that'll just scooch the boat plenty fast enough. But all that westerly in it, no thank you. Looks like I might have to hunker down for a day or two. Yeah, southwesterly 4-5 becoming 6 or 7. At least the sea state is still slight or moderate. What do you reckon, boys? Slight or moderate? Can we cope with that? Of course we can.
Well, that was easy. The boat next to me was a training school, and they spent about, I don't know, 40 minutes just talking through how they were going to get off the pontoon and which lines to slip and this, that and the other. I really enjoyed listening to the way the instructor was explaining things to them. But it did mean I got off the pontoon half an hour later than I wanted. And that was a wind shift. So, but the wind was just basically blowing us off the pontoon. So his difficulty was the students were doing things slowly and methodically, which meant that actually there was a lot of time where the boat wasn't in the greatest position, and if they'd have moved quick, they would have got away safely. But the point of this is, you might find that your boat gets into a compromising position. The idea is that your lines are such that it will not, and hopefully the students work that out a little bit. Yes, they could have done it quickly, it would have gone away, it would have been absolutely fine, but what if a rope caught? What if a crew member hurt themselves? And so watching that has made me think about how I would continue to instruct people, and to have the ability that at any point we can do nothing and the boat will be utterly safe. And then even why wait until we're instructing people? We should be doing that, I think, as sailors anyway, even if we can move quick, because what if? But how about this? How about we plan our lives differently so that at any moment in time we are not having a crisis? Is that something that we can do? If everything suddenly changed, like the wind just did then for me, if everything suddenly changed, would we be able to cope? and put our life almost on pause and still be content. Wow, that was a heavy opener, wasn't it? But I think that's worth pondering. Is that something to do with life coaching, counselling, training? I don't know. So we get on with some sailing now. I don't remember if the other day I gave you the answer to my pop quiz about cardinals. Well, the answer was A, and here we have a north cardinal. And I'm going north of it. Speed through the water, 5.3 knots. Speed over ground, 3.8 knots. What? Dirty lens. Clean lens. Obviously still got tide against me. So out a little bit earlier than I should be. But it'll change very soon, I'm sure.
All stations, all stations. This is Solent Coast Guard, Solent Coast Guard, Solent Coast Guard. Downfall. Point 1. Dungeness Lighthouse. Ignition 50 degrees. 54 decimal 8 minutes north. 000 degrees. 58 decimal 6 minutes east. And fog signal inoperative. Point 2. Cancel Whiskey Zulu 520/26. Coast Guard out.
There we go, cancel that Whiskey Zulu. Giving us a navigation warning that Dungeness Lighthouse is broken just as Border Force comes screaming past. Nice. Also, big gust of wind, tipped Ketty a little bit. This is sailing fun.
This is Solent Coast Guard.
Here's the effects of the tide at Hurst. My current direction that I'm actually going, 138, 140 degrees true. My actual way that I'm pointing, 170. That is the tide pushing me sideways from Hurst back down into the Solent. Wow. So I am here early. I've put another tack in. I've got 16 knots of wind. I'm perfectly trimmed. But on my trim, I have got the perfect rolling hitch. Rolling turn, rather. There is so much tension on that. I can do nothing with that sail right now. Thankfully, for all they have a right, no they don't, they are a stand-on vessel. No such thing as right of way, it's stand on or give way. They are stand-on vessel, I am give way vessel. And I'm glad that we were all missing each other, him included. Because I need to get these sails flopping and bagging in order to solve that problem. Oh hello, you've been on in my pocket. Problem rectified. It's quite easy, thankfully. Because I had the jib furled in, I just unfurled it and then it all just went baggy and I just undid it. It really was not a hassle. Yeah, but now I've got the unfailed. An unfailed? Never fail. Never fail. An unfurled jib, which I now need to furl at some point. This is Hurst. It's well known around here. There's another fortress over behind me. Something about King Henry VIII doing strange things with castles and guns pointing inland on the Isle of Wight. I need to look that up, but that's something very special about the Yarmouth Castle. Information maybe here, if I can find it. Got to show you this. 6.1 knots over ground. I am literally 100 yards further forward. 4.4 knots through the water.
The tide turned within 100 yards, and that is the amazing thing about this area. That's why people are so bothered about this area. The tide is just suddenly doing something different. Last time I was here, it was 6 o'clock in the morning in February with first class sailing. We were doing a channel triangle training with some students that wanted to become yacht master. I was on as first mate, basically just insurance for first class training. You can see that video actually somewhere on my YouTube channel. Anyway, I was asleep. Suddenly the engine goes on, I hear high revs. I'm like, this is not good. Jump up, and we're nearly on Shingles Bank. So yeah, Shingles Bank gets a bit shallow, got to be careful. So do I right now. And I'm not that much further past it, and I'm now back to getting tide against me, even though I'm going at 5.5 knots through the water. It is a really crazy tidal system around the Isle of Wight. I think I've stumbled across the annual general meeting of seagulls. Why have all the seagulls decided to land just here? What is happening? What do they know? Like all of them in the world are here. I really need to concentrate on sailing this boat properly. So, see you in Poole. Not gonna lie, this is uncomfortable. The wind's dropped down at least, but I'm getting a bit bored of getting pushed around. I'm just jamming myself into a sitting position, having a look around every now and then for other boats, but it's not very much fun at the moment. And I keep getting hit with my drinks bottle. Behind me you can see Chichester Bay. It looked really pretty. And then if you go up Chichester River, you can carry on right up the river and there's a marina up there, or you can anchor in the river. And part of me was tempted just to get out of this wobbliness. But I should be in Poole by 5 PM, which is only a 7-hour journey since I set off at 10. So, rough it out. Did I tell you I'm meeting Haven Knox Johnson in Poole? Really thankful to Haven Knox Johnson for sponsoring me. Really am. Thank you, Haven Knox Johnson. I'm not enjoying it. Nah.
It's crucial because I think of all the, in my head it's all the right plaza. What if you fall out?
2.5 hours left apparently. I'm holding on for dear life. I've got this wrapped around the winch. Do you see that there? There we go. And that's holding me up. This is on, that's how much I'm not enjoying it. Well, that's a lot better. The water's a lot flatter now I'm hidden by the land. But the wind took me a lot further north than I wanted to go. So, oh my word. You see those waves? Wow. So anyway, yeah, that's really shallow there. I've come in through the East Loo Channel, which is north of Poole Harbour's main entrance, and it gets very shallow here too, but it is buoyed. There's a buoy, big buoy, and I'm glad it was buoyed because it did get down to 1.6 on my depth reading, which is 1 metre of water underneath the boat, which is not a lot. We're doing all right. We're coming in. We're good. I hope. That'll stop flapping in a minute because I'm going to turn away from the wind, and then it'll fill with a bit of wind. But just for this bit of pilotage, I thought it wise to just leave it up, get the engine up. Yeah. Chain ferry there. Chain ferry is to be avoided. I'm not going very fast. You know how I'm always saying it's a race? I think I'm about to find myself in the middle of a race. They're all coming this way, and frustratingly they're all on starboard tack, so I have to give way to them because I'm on a port tack. That's something pretty to go and visit. I might have to do that over the next few days, because if the weather is as bad as it said, what's that, Phil? Cleaning the lens. If the weather is as good, start life again. If the weather is as bad as it says in the forecast that it's going to be, I ain't going very far for a few days. But we'll find out. Who knows? I literally am in the middle of this race. And I like the colour of his spinnaker, so instead of having a big I've got to go over there to that marker. Jeepers. Cutting across everybody. Not popular. I decided the engine was going on, and just to get myself powered out of their way. They're going much faster than I was, so rules of the road is overtaking vessel, keep clear. Rules of gentlemen is don't ruin somebody's race, boy. Poole is absolutely huge. Well, here we are, and this place is huge too. Very, very grateful to Haven Knox Johnson for arranging that I can stay here at Poole Yacht Club. We'll go and have a look at Poole Yacht Club in a minute. Inside the bar, it's beautiful. Plenty of facilities and a very, very strong racing community. Very friendly people. The race that we saw as I came in is all part of Race Week here in Poole. So these guys were part of it. Park Bay Yacht Club were part of it, and there was 250 odd people racing yesterday. So yeah, no wonder I was in their way. Let's go and have a look inside Poole Yacht Club. It's brilliant. On our way in there, you get this fantastic idea for a bench that's got a nautical theme, but something decent to do with a broken Hobie cat, I think. That's a fantastic seating, benching, sitting, eating area. Take note, villages. There was people inside, so I didn't want to do my final thank yous as loudly as I needed to do. Just to say thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting, particularly these people here. My phone's just lit up over the last couple of days with donations from them who went to this URL. Thank you to That's TV, and thank you for In Your Area for featuring articles all about Parkinson's UK and what I'm doing for them. Not about me, it's all about making a difference for people living with Parkinson's. Thank you. I won't say more tomorrow because I think I'm stuck here looking at this weather forecast for a few days. You never know, I might find something interesting to put up.